hey, to be able to play video games.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was.
What
really,
did you play?
Cool. Civilization 6. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a massive game. It's something I've been wanting to play for a long time. I was able to kind of sort of play it with some different assistive technology over the last few years, but not really. And I played it like all night. I didn't sleep. It was freaking awesome. Man, I just love. I mean, I grew up being a gamer. I grew up in kind of this age, so the last 8 years I've watched all of my friends play games that I've wanted to play, and the fact that I might be able to play some of them, like some of them are still too far out of reach for the NeuroLink at this point, but not for much longer. In the next few years, I think I'll be able to play anything anyone else plays.
Halo.
I love Halo. I'm a big Halo guy.
You gonna be able to play that?
Yeah, I hope so.
Wow.
I really hope so. Yeah. That would
So
be
you'll
sick.
be able to play shooters like Call of Duty?
Yeah. That brings up another thing. Like, I basically have an aimbot in my head. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, they'll probably have like different leagues for people like me because it's just not fair.
Wow, is it that accurate?
It's that accurate, and
Wow.
it's faster. One thing that I found with the NeuroLink is something that kind of blew my mind too, is that when I'm attempting to do stuff sometimes, or I'm thinking it to like move in a certain place, sometimes it's so good that it's moving before I even like think it to move. It's almost like if you think about moving your hand, the signal is basically already being sent before you move your hand. Like your mind is saying, okay, he's about to move his hand basically. So the signal needs to be sent all the way down and back up in order for you to move your hand. So the speed that all of that happens, and it's almost a little preemptive. I saw that with the NeuroLink, where it was moving the cursor before I was actually moving my hand.
Wow.
So with video games, stuff like that, you just need to think for it to move somewhere, and it is that accurate, and it's quicker than you can even think. So there's no way it's gonna, like, no one else is gonna be able to keep up with it.
That's gonna be wild for something like Quake. Like a first person, like a fast first person shooter.
Yeah.
You're running down hallways and you're just catching people and shooting them instantaneously.
Yeah. Elon Musk will have a field day. Wasn't he like one of the best Quake players in the world?
Was he?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he was like one of the top Quake players in North America.
Shalom, this is Gamali Island, Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. That belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim pushing out this truth and sincerity. It's going to be a quick lesson. It's going to be entitled, Oh My God, the NeuroLink is so cool. And of course I'm being sarcastic, but you have this video where the guy Joe Rogan, this guy on the Joe Rogan podcast, I don't know this guy's name, but he's the first NeuroLink recipient, and he's basically explaining and low-key bragging about the NeuroLink and how he's able to in relation with him playing video games, okay? And he's basically saying that I can't remember what initial game he mentioned, but he basically goes into he said they're developing more, it's limited right now how many, the amount of games he could play, but they were basically going back and forth talking about different games that he would eventually want to play, and then you had Joe Rogan. Oh wow, it's crazy. And he even mentioned how he actually has an advantage over regular game players, people that are holding a controller. He has an advantage over that because I don't know if people in the gamer world, you may be familiar with what's called an aimbot. But an aimbot is basically something that it's like almost like a cheat code. Like, for instance, in Halo, you can basically kind of modify your system to where you hit a button and it automatically, shoots their head. It's headshots, So that's what an aim, it targets, it's basically a cheat code or mod where you can, basically, target the enemies, to kill them easier or whatever, kill them faster or whatever, And he even was like, yeah, they'll probably create a whole nother league for people like him because they're going to be at an advantage. Now, it got me thinking, that's how they're going to package the chip, okay, the C-hip, man. That's how they're going to package this thing, man, is look, man, you could do this, you could do that. Oh, my God, that's so cool. Man, that's going to attract gamers, man. Let me go get that NeuroLink. That's going to attract a lot of gamers. You know how big the gaming market is. It's huge. It's a huge, huge industry. So if you can basically sell to them, like, look, man, you could play your game. You could basically, have an advantage. You could play your game a lot easier and efficiently. Then that's going to sell a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be running to get that C-hip, man, or that NeuroLink, which, all the technology is basically going hand in hand. The C-hip is basically going to be a part of that technology. RFID microchips is the NeuroLink. It's all basically similar devices. All right, which since I got that, we'll get that in 1 Corinthians, I believe. Devices of Satan, because that's all it is, man. All this is just devices of Satan. It says, so this is 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 2:11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that word devices also goes into evil, wicked intent or plot, which that's a part of his evil, wicked plot, is to package the chip, the C-hip, as like, look, man, you could do this, you could do that, like for instance, the gaming in particular, that's like I said, that's a huge industry, so that's gonna attract people, and who knows what else is gonna come out. I never thought about gaming. I never thought about how the NeuroLink, personally, I never thought about how that could give someone an advantage within gaming and different, so who knows what else is gonna be easier. It's gonna be plenty of things that are coming out there that are gonna come out that they're gonna be like, yeah, man, look, you could do this, you could do that. All right. So this is Esau's technology, man. This is Esau's technology. And they're going to perform miracles, man. Let's get that. It's going to be in... Revelation 13:14, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Yeah, so that those miracles, man. Esau is gonna perform miracles, man, to where, the lame can walk. Somebody that's completely paralyzed. I think this guy speaking is paralyzed. He can't use his limbs, his hands. So he needs this NeuroLink to be able to operate computers, or gaming systems. So he's gonna work miracles in the sight of men, man. This is the future, man. We're living in the future. To where this guy, he has an advantage over regular people. people who are able-bodied. He said they're gonna have to make a league of their own because of how quicker, because those signals, as he explained, those signals, basically what the NeuroLink is it's called a BCI, I believe. It's brain computer interface or brain chip interface, whatever. But basically it connects to your brain neurons. So your neurons send signals. Your neurons send signals to your organs, and your brain neurons send signals to your organs and your hands. Whenever whatever you do, your brain is sending signals to do it within your body. But this particular BCI or NeuroLink, okay, can basically send those signals to a computer. All right, and so it's quicker. It's going straight. Your brain is going straight to a machine. To do things rather than, like for instance, in human term, non-paralyzed people, regular people, they have to use a mouse, a computer mouse. So it's a little bit delayed. A mouse and keyboard and things like that. But this guy can just type, he could just type sentences in his head. He's probably a perfect typer, because he could just basically, the computer will just make the sentences as he's thinking them. Or, like the mouse will just move, instantaneously rather than, he could just click on things instantaneously rather than have to, do these things, man. So like I said, this is the future. This is the world we're living in, man. Where Esau is his technology is really building, man. He was even saying, like, in a couple years that that he's gonna be able to play more games, because right now, it's only if he can only play a limited amount of games and things of that nature. But he's gonna be, things are gonna develop, so it's gonna get better and better and better. So that's So, I just wanted to touch on that. They're gonna package this thing, to be advantageous to gamers as well. So Lord willing, that was edifying. Giving all praise to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKUDASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom.